Gravity, what goes up must come down. As powerful a force as gravity is in the universe, it exists invisibly and can only be seen by its effects. As a law of nature, it exists whether you choose to believe in it or not. If you step off the rim of the Grand Canyon to disprove gravity, we all know what will happen. And it will be devastating. There's also a spiritual gravity that is equally strong and is constantly pulling your mind and heart down to the things of this world. If you pretend that it doesn't exist, the outcome will be eternally devastating. Let's hear what Paul says about this in Colossians 3, 1-11. If then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on the things that are above, not on the things that are on earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is in your life, appears, then you will also appear with him in glory. Put to death, therefore, what is earthly in you: sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry. On account of these, the wrath of God is coming. In these you too once walked when you were living in them. But now you must put them all away: anger, wrath, malice, slander, and obscene talk from your mouth. Do not lie to one another, seeing that you've put off the old self with its practices and have put on the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge after the image of its creator. Here there is not Greek and Jew, circumcised and uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, free, but Christ is all and in all. I'm a hiker and a backpacker, and it's very common, especially when you're tired, to stop looking up around you at often what is astoundingly beautiful and simply look at the dusty trail and the next step in front of you. Gravity pulls your eyes down. Spiritual gravity is like this as well. The responsibilities, distractions, and our worldly desires bring our minds and hearts down to focus on the things of this world without a heavenly perspective. A worldview without God at the center becomes a godless world. Like the backpacker, we can miss the grandeur and beauty that breathes abundant life into our journey. And the Apostle Paul said, if you've been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on the things above, not on the things of this earth. Jesus said, where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Where are your eyes focused? Where is your treasure? The Battle Hymn of the Republic starts, "Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord." Are you living in the light of the glory of the Lord? The prophet Isaiah says in a vision that he saw the Lord sitting upon a throne high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. And the seraphim called to one another, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." How do we live with a heavenly perspective so we can experience an earth that is full of his glory instead of a dusty trail? And what can we do so the Holy Spirit can begin to change us from the old self to the new self, renewed in knowledge after the image of his Creator? To do this, we need to make an effort to bring God into our everyday life, to practice time-tested spiritual disciplines. This means putting into practice spiritual rhythms that constantly lift our eyes and mind and heart back to God. Things like prayer, Bible study, worship, service, and the fellowship of believers should be included in daily, weekly, and monthly practices. But also trying to include God in all you do. These practices do not save you, but they will help draw your heart and mind back to God, allowing the Holy Spirit to work to change you. And remember, keep looking up.